Feel incredible!
It's not a cartoon. It's anime.
Yo, good one.
Rob's face right now fucking killed me.
What do you
Rob is over this podcast, bro.
Because he saw something that he didn't want to.
I was
plan on seeing.
I was looking at Reddit like a second ago, and like this dude's got his shirt off, like getting shot with a pellet gun. And I was looking at that, like, what the fuck is this dude doing? So anyway, Ice caught me looking at that.
Rob be on some other shit, man.
Sometimes, man, I check out.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of AnimeShun. The squad is back. Rob,
What's up?
Ice, Brennan,
What it
myself,
do?
Keenan. AnimeShun. So
I'm
we
out here.
review anime, talk about it.
Brennan's got his new anime mug.
His
For
My
the-
Hero
for the
Academia
YouTube channel.
mug. That's dope.
It's
MHA.
dope.
It is
Yeah.
pretty dope.
That's cool. That's
So the
cool.
World Keeps the Heart is on there, of course.
Yep.
I'll take Midoriya.
Think Midoriya.
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 Deku.
It's just fire. It's like one of the ones that you heat up. Like you put the hot liquid in it, and then like it starts off
It's-
with just them as students.
And
That's
then
all
it
you
goes
see
in
when
there.
it's cold.
Then
And
they came on
yeah,
there.
when you heat it up, then it
Yeah.
shows you like them in action. It's
It's
pretty
cool.
dope.
You
Keep
said
it out of the
what is it?
dishwasher.
Huh?
Keep that out of the dishwasher.
No, I'm not gonna put it in it.
AnimeShun. That's the name of the podcast.
Yes, it is.
The greatest fucking anime podcast
I knew he was
in the
gonna
world.
say it. See, the thing is that what hurts me whenever Ice says that is just like we all know Ice's opinion is often trash. So when he says that and he's the only one who says it, I'm like, I think we need to collaborate there. Like,
I think that's great checkmate on Ice's part. You know, if he hypes us up, then we gotta like back that up, right?
Facts.
I appreciate the positivity, Rob.
That's my.
I mean,
that's why Rob's
Fight
like
us.
Here we go.
Fight us.
Right.
I like that dead silence after you said fight us. Though the
Nobody
down.
back.
He's
Yeah.
staring down. Were you staring down Ice when you said
No, I'm
that?
saying no.
Look at
barrel
it
of
looking down the
camera.
barrel of the camera,
Yeah.
just like
Fight us.
I want all the smoke. We will beat the shit out of the other anime podcasts if we ever.
You know
did.
what's funny? We might not, because they might know actually know martial arts or actually being some. I mean,
You
I'm,
can
I'm
break out some
confident.
nunchaku,
yeah.
just
I'm
like
confident in myself. But
I got
yeah.
something. Yeah, you got something in the bag.
Yeah.
Just don't.
That dang.
That
on, you got
motherfucking
that
dang.
I'm just gonna sip my tea.
Running those Krav Maga.
Yeah.
What are we here to do today?
I feel like Brendan with no Krav Maga. I feel like one of those guys.
spend some time in Israel, you know.
All right, y'all. We reviewing episodes 13 through 16 of Vinland Saga.
Did anybody? You the only person that watched 17.
I watched
Yeah.
half of 17 because I had to get here on time.
Bruh.
But it was heating up. Like a
And it's
motherfucker.
scheduled for greenlit for what? 26.
Summer 24, 26.
Oh, okay. So
All right, so this is something we could come back to.
Yeah, we'll probably end up
Demon
coming
Slayer.
back to it, or if I'm gonna definitely continue watching on a solo tip. But yeah, man, episodes 13 through 16,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it kind of left off on a cliffhanger, right?
Yeah, where do we leave off? Where do we leave off on episode 12?
So like,
episode 12.
Askeladd.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Askeladd and his dudes were making their way through the Welsh countryside, and they rolled up on a bunch of dudes, and they some guys were standing in the middle of the road, and they were like, "Oh, like I already made a deal with them, like we're gonna be cool." And then all of a sudden, like a bunch of arrows come out of nowhere and take Askeladd's horse out, and it's like, I
I
guess
remember
I
this.
guess we're not cool,
Right.
Yeah.
And then Thorfinn saw all those archers up on the hillside and like picked up a shield, and it looked like stuff was about to go down.
Yeah,
So that's where we left off.
I'll say this: PETA would not be fucking with this show.
Oh, absolutely
There's
not.
so many dead animals. They are killing so many horses.
I mean, like, let's not. Yeah, I
Different
agree.
time, man.
I agree with that, but it's not like it's just like, yo, we out here killing the animals. Like people taking some L's heavy in this show.
but
Yeah.
people from PETA don't care about people.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
If somebody dies, it is
You
like
see the
I
irony?
don't-
It's
Honestly, people don't care about people.
That's
Like
true.
a dog's death carries a lot more weight than
Not to
I
me.
would.
Not
Yeah,
at all.
I
Not to
don't.
me at all.
Huh?
Not to me at all.
Not
But
not to me
I-
at all either.
I
would-
But there's a lot of people that like.
I don't know.
that way.
I mean,
I
I think there's a lot of people who care more about a dog they know than a person they don't. But it's like, you know, like, would you rather have my mom die or my dog die? It's like, it's going to be the dog. And I think almost anybody's going to say the dog.
I don't know. I don't know. Especially
I don't know,
you.
bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I would love, please introduce me to the person that would rather have one of their parents die. Or somebody they care about.
Maybe they're a shit parent, I don't know.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about. Oh, I misinterpreted what you said.
What I said is that you're talking about how people care more about animals than people, and I'm like, I understand that some people do that when they're talking about people they don't know. So it's just like, this random indiscriminate human being. I care more about this random indiscriminate dog than I do this human being, because they know like a dog in general has a good heart and is going to love you unconditionally if you interpret dogs having the ability to love. Blah 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 blah. That goes down a whole different argument.
Yeah.
So
there's a rabbit hole.
that's a rabbit hole. But
Run
in that
deep.
saying that, my point being is, you said that some people love dogs more than humans, and my response to that was, well, they love dogs more than humans they don't know.
I took the question a different way.
Okay.
I thought you meant like a random like somebody else's mom.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's like if I like, it's like,
My
for
actual
example,
mom. Yeah,
exactly. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
know you, Ice. I see you every week. You know, like if I had a dog, like it's like, yo, is it Ice or the dog? I mean, it's Ice. But in general, my point being is going to be the dog. Is my point.
I wouldn't take a dog over a human I didn't know.
Yeah. There is no circumstance unless it's
crazy.
like
No, I agree with you,
a
but the thing is,
fucking
I know
Hitler
people-
or somebody like that. Then
Yeah,
I
kill
take the
him.
dog. Yeah. yeah.
If he dies, he dies.
I agree
dies.
with that. Like I would definitely pick a human being over a dog. I wouldn't want anyone to die, obviously, if I could avoid.
And no dogs died in Vinland. It's just a bunch of horses.
That would still piss him off.
Was there
though.
any
Yeah.
dogs that died? Has there been any dogs in the show?
It's been
It's wolves.
wolves.
It's wolves.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is
The wolf did die.
I wonder if like
Yeah.
wolves look at dogs at like Uncle Tom's.
Yo, there's
It's
a
like-
whole Tony Baker sketch on his.
Yeah, he's
his
got a
thing on
whole thing
Scaredy
about
Cat where he does a whole sketch about that.
Dog
It is
sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's joke.
he's
It's
like dogs.
basically-
Oh, it's very funny.
Yeah. I
He's-
don't want to steal.
Don't want to
the
give it
joke.
away, but he's pretty much like, dogs.
Is it somewhere? I want to watch
Yeah,
it.
it's on
Yeah, it's,
iTunes.
it's-
iTunes.
They filmed it.
Scaredy
Yeah,
Cat
My
special.
company produced it. We shot it. Scaredy Cat, iTunes. Check it out.
Check
That
it out.
sucks.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
funny stuff. I quote it all the time.
Yeah, it's very funny.
So anyway, picking up.
I think this is
Rob
kinda-
is not fucking with us. He wants to get through this shit.
He don't
go
give
home.
a fuck about us. He's looking at people. He
With
rather
shirts
watch
off?
somebody
About-
with their shirts
No,
off.
he's
than
thinking
like
somebody-
maybe
he's over
depending on the circumstance. I don't know. I don't
He's
know
over
this
here
person.
thinking about like, yo, all y'all motherfuckers die if it was me, y'all,
Right.
my cat. My cat right now, like y'all are
Oh, you have
dead.
the cat?
He has a cat. Yeah, he
Oh,
loves
yeah,
that
She
cat.
that
greets
cat.
me at the door every day.
I
sleeps in
greet
my
you at the
lap
office every day.
Wow.
Not every day.
Not every day.
Pretty much every
Not at the
day.
door. Just like, hey, what's up? Like, nah. My cat.
That is hilarious.
Wait. Hold on.
Not just
I
kidding.
was gonna say, like, we're going down this path right now, Rob.
No. We're not gonna go down that
Okay, I
one.
was about to be so hurt.
I mean, I think this is kind of symbolic of how much went on in these past couple episodes, which wasn't a lot. So,
Honestly,
I mean,
yeah.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm enjoying this conversation because I was hurt by a few of these episodes. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was hurt
Yeah.
by some of the things that happened in these episodes. Like, I was like actually upset.
I liked them. It wasn't really action heavy, but I feel like they were necessary. Could they have cut some stuff out?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's
Hell
just
yeah,
some shit
for
that was
sure.
just messed up. I'm like, you didn't have to. Okay, go ahead, Rob. Let's
So,
Mm.
so yeah, this episode starts off with
You
that
about to ruin the
cliffhanger.
episode again.
Yeah. I'm sick of bringing in the spoilers, dog. This is
Right.
like
I didn't
Nobody-
spoil shit.
Nobody
I literally stopped myself.
nobody wants to hear these spoilers, bro.
And you watched episode 17 too, so he's like, yeah, and then episode 17.
I stopped myself.
I'm
Rob, please.
So they're basically in a standoff, all right? So they're in a standoff, and Askeladd, he's just like, all right, like these guys, they're not about to do this right now, all right? What really they're trying to do is they're trying to test us to see what they can get away with. And he kind of is just like, I mean, I get it. Like, we can't just walk through their
they
land
gotta,
for free.
they gotta save face.
Yeah.
They gotta do something. So his play at this point is just like, all right, get the prince up here and have him like try to scare some sense into these guys. Just like he's like, say something like scary. Just like, like we'll feast on your bones or some shit. And the prince literally cowers behind Ragnar and it's just like, I'm not gonna say anything.
Pussy.
This dude,
Pussy.
this prince sucks.
He's Prince,
Rob, you-
his,
why-
his,
how-
name, his name is Prince Pussy
Yeah.
because he
double
dog,
P, double P in the house.
He squared, bro.
What up?
Oh
he
my
is
God.
terrible.
He
Actually,
is,
I'm sorry. One thing I did skip over. This episode starts off with a quick cut scene of like a flashback. It
Yeah,
turns out
yeah.
of like a kid coming up ashore carrying this woman on his back.
Yeah.
and there's a bunch of
Frail
Welsh
old
soldiers just like, who the hell is this? And he's just like, yo, my mom wanted to see her homeland one last time. And then we kind of cut away
which
from
was some
that.
dope ass shit.
Yeah.
It was cool. So
It
we
fucked me
cut
up
away
though
from
because
that
I'm
and
like,
come
wait,
back
did I
to
skip something? I was
I
like,
thought I did
Right?
too. I was like,
oh,
is that?
shit.
is
I was
that
like,
the
let me.
episode? I was like, is that Thorfinn?
this. Right.
Yeah,
I
I
did the
was-
same thing.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
the
look
same
like
thing, too.
Thorfinn, but he has
Yeah.
the same color hair. Is this the
Yeah.
prince?
Yeah, I
Right?
was just
You
like,
know?
let me, and I
No.
looked at the other. I was
It was
like, okay, I'm
Askeladd.
good.
Yeah,
It was
I thought I missed
Askeladd.
something, but no,
What the fuck? Why did you?
it's all good.
Hey, I was gonna say
No, I
this.
figured it out when I was watching that
Stop,
scene. What's
stop.
wrong with saying
I
that?
didn't.
Oh
I
my
didn't.
God.
I had
was
no
gonna say
idea
this,
who
right?
that
I was
was.
gonna say this.
Oh my
I talk
God.
about loving spoilers, but one thing I've never done
How is that a spoiler?
is spoil shit.
I figured it out
Right.
while I was watching it.
And that's
any of
okay,
y'all.
but they might have not have.
They're
Yeah.
not watching it right now.
we
Ice.
don't know.
They've already
listening to
seen
it.
all 4
Some people-
episodes.
some people
Some people
haven't.
don't. Some people haven't.
Oh my
It's
God.
all good. It's all good.
Hey,
You back to back with this.
So wait. So all I'm saying is they're gonna listen to this podcast and they're gonna walk away like, damn, I didn't know who that kid was. Is that even possible?
Hey, you ruined it.
At the end
No,
of
because
the
we're
day,
going to talk about it in a second.
Yeah, we wanted
you
to get
just,
to it.
You just basically said, fuck Rob. Like, hey, Rob, fuck what you talking about.
Rob watches
I'm
these
just-
episode to
All right,
retain
you know
his
what?
information.
I will not talk anymore.
Nah,
Go ahead. No,
okay.
no,
That's impossible.
That's right.
All right.
Obviously,
That's
the
impossible.
shit that I
Okay.
contribute
Stop
doesn't
it.
matter.
Brennan,
Take,
So
take
please,
your ball
Brennan,
home and
please.
cry. Like,
Yeah, Brennan, stop.
Nobody's playing
You
basketball.
cannot
Go.
not talk. You cannot
Actually,
not
let's
talk.
do it. Come on. Yeah, let's go.
right.
Yeah.
This will be amazing.
Anyway.
Right.
Oh, I'm just like I said.
And
I've never spoiled
Brennan,
anything for y'all.
This is true. This is facts.
Even though I love it.
Brennan's
Even though he
doubling down
loves
on this.
spoilers, he has withheld
Yep.
from spoiling.
Yep. I'm up here reading Demon Slayer. I'm so far,
Yeah.
and I still ain't spoiling nothing
He
for
ain't
y'all.
said nothing yet.
Nothing.
All right, go ahead, Rob.
Anyway,
Brennan's such a bitch.
he's about to start watching
He's such
something
a
else. He's
kid,
just like,
dog.
oh,
He
Black
gonna
Clover
watch-
up
he's
to
such
this.
a baby.
He's about to watch episode 17 over again. Look at this.
He's
Oh
gonna
my
put it up
God.
and just like we'll put it up right in front of us.
Oh my God.
So Prince is just like, nah. Ragnar's just like, hey, he's got a fear of speaking in front of people. So like he's just not gonna say anything.
He take no
He's
speech
a
classes,
bitch.
Speech 101 in college.
And,
Fuck outta
and so Ragnar's just Askeladd's just like, all right, well then fuck all that. You know what? Fine. I'm sorry I put you on the spot. I'll go talk to this guy. So he and the Welsh guy they go talk with this dude. I don't even remember his name. The guy whose land they're walking through, and they're basically just like, listen, we get it. Like you got to get something for us coming through here, and we're telling you, like once we get back, I'm gonna make this prince king, and once we get back, like we're gonna make a treaty so that he's not gonna come back. The Danes are not gonna come back into Wales again. And he's just like, how can I trust that? Like I've been watching your war with the English. You guys have had so many ceasefires. You've broken them all.
Yeah.
How am I gonna trust
You
that?
said like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where they reveal that it was Askeladd in the
Oh
beginning.
my God.
That he's actually
Wow.
got Welsh blood.
Say it ain't so, Rob.
I'm sorry. Did you say something to me?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We just got to the part that you fucking spoiled.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I feel like when I first saw this too,
Yeah.
I immediately connected Askeladd and Thorfinn, and like I feel like he sees a lot of himself now in Thorfinn.
Yeah, I could kind of see that.
I feel like that's why he probably even hasn't killed his kid to a point, because at the end of the day, Askeladd's a fucking snake to a point.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. This
he's
dude is a bastard.
yeah. So I feel like he sees a lot of himself in this kid, a lot.
Yeah.
I could totally see that because he's talking with him. He's just like, listen, the reason why he's not going to do that, the reason why you can trust me is because I'm half Welsh.
Yeah.
He's just like, listen, my mom is from Wales.
Lydia.
Like she got captured by a bunch of Vikings, brought back, was basically this dude's concubine. They had me, and on her deathbed, she was like, I want to go back home after living in like a shed her whole life.
Yeah,
And
she
so I
was
brought her
saying that.
back. He's like, I fucking hate the Danish, honestly.
And he's
I don't
like-
even like these dudes.
He has what is it? Like War of God blood in him or something
Yeah.
like that.
So yeah, he's
Britannia.
basically the last descendant of this legendary figure in English mythology, that guy that united the whole of like England, and he's the basis of the Arthurian legend.
Yeah.
So he's basically, Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. He's like the last king,
from legend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's just like, I don't even like the Danish, which funny enough, like Bjorn is over there talking with some of the dudes. He's just like, man, Askeladd's a fucking mystery. I've been with this dude for
Yeah.
decades.
Yeah.
I don't know who this dude is. I didn't even know he spoke Welsh.
Right. Like,
All
how
I
does
know
he
is he's
that?
Danish.
Yeah.
He's like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm his right hand. I don't even know shit.
But what I love about Bjorn,
Yeah, I think so.
Bjorn.
yeah, Bjorn.
he's a rider for him though, man.
He is.
That's
Yeah.
like his partner in crime. He's like, I don't need to hear your story, bro, but I got your fucking back.
Pretty much.
You know what's so funny? That Bjorn really gets to business, but I can't get the fact out of my head that Thor's beat the fuck out of him. Like,
really
just
did.
tossed
Yeah.
his ass.
I feel like he kind of hawked him a little bit because he hasn't like raged out.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
he
he
hasn't
like-
touched those fucking magic mushrooms since then.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly.
The
So
Berserker much. Yeah.
yeah, because I won't spoil things. But like,
Yeah.
but like, that's true. Like he pretty much got slammed up,
That is
and he
kinda
kind of and he
spoiling.
kind of like, yeah, whatever.
That is
yeah, go ahead. Do it.
that was. I gotta give it to you, Brennan. That was pretty. Yeah, that you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I know
He
I did.
It's just
tryna-
rubbing off. Say, keep that spoiler shit on that side.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm trying to pull him back onto the microphone because I don't think he can go a full episode without touching the mic after this.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't
we'll
think
see.
he can. We'll see.
We'll see.
Because I didn't even know. Now that I know that he used them, and
It's an endurance
Yeah.
test at this point for Brennan. So anyway, they strike their deal. They're just like, this guy's like, all right, cool, I get it. Like I trust you basically. He's like, all right, you can go through my land, no problem. Like he's like, it sucks. The last descendant of our legendary hero is like part Danish, but I guess it is what it is. That's
He was
just
like, but you gotta get rid of your weapons and shit. You gotta let them shits go. Like we gotta basically hold you, act like we have you prisoner.
yeah.
While you cross our land.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. But then when they crossing, all of the Welsh people and stuff was talking crazy to him,
Yeah.
like all
Running
of
that
the,
mouth.
Pretty much. And
Because-
the only people that hung onto their weapons were Ragnar and Thorfinn.
And
They're
Thorfinn.
both just like, I'm not
Fuck outta
handing
here.
over shit.
Yeah.
And you know what's dope though? You know what's funny about even this all this stuff is you always hear like all these stories being passed down. What the fuck is true? Because these people are being told that they eat people.
Yeah.
Like don't they eat people? They just
And then they gonna act like they eat people. That's like, we lucky we don't eat you alive. Like,
Yeah.
get your bitch ass out of here. You farm.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
farm?
you wait for crops. Get the fuck. I killed 6 men today. Like
Pretty much.
before noon.
Yeah, these farmers would have been.
Oh, they would have
been dead
They
meat.
would have got
Yeah.
smoked.
After all we've seen them do to all these other villagers, but and like the kind of the funny moment to me, like as they're going through these woods and they're seeing these dudes, like they're talking all that shit, like it's actually Thorfinn talking shit to the prince that gets the biggest rise out of him. He's just like, I can't believe like you're my age, like you're a fucking loser, dude.
You a bitch.
You're just like, you a bitch. And he's just like, no, you don't understand.
Right.
Like you don't understand what I've been through. The prince finally loses his cool
He
for
goes,
the first time.
He goes in.
And like, but I'm not buying any of it. He's just like, no, I had to keep quiet so I could survive. It's just like, well, what about your brother? Like, that is apparently a big deal.
But he pretty
know?
much
Like,
was saying like if I say anything that if I say the wrong thing or whatever I can fuck up like
I can do it. My word holds weight.
yeah, he's just like, I'm cautious. Is what he
and
says.
it's like no you a
whole
whole ass.
And Rob, you put him in the same category as Zenitsu. Like, don't even.
I said he's worse than Zenitsu.
I know
I
you-
said
you did
he's
say he's worse.
easily the biggest bitch of any character we've
Because
seen
at least
on any show.
Zenitsu got to the shit.
Yeah, he'll
and
turn
then,
up. Yeah.
And then later on, I'm not spoiling anything, but like later in Demon
Yeah.
Slayer, he really gets after it. Like
Yeah.
he does not fuck around, and
Right.
he's that.
He's a guy. He's that guy.
He's
But
that
like,
guy.
yeah, this guy is
He's a bitch.
He's a definition. The everything of a bitch. If you look in the dictionary, is his face, long bitch ass.
Who would
hair.
you? But who would you? I know. I already know. Who? Him or Tanjiro? Not Tanjiro. What's the dude name from your
Evangelion?
Yeah.
Oh, this dude is way bigger because at least he showed up.
Yeah.
The dude from
Showed up too,
Evangelion, like, I mean, he cried, he did his shit, but like, he still got in the fucking machine most of the time and did something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Very
this
true.
guy is just like, he won't even show up to speak, and it's like he doesn't even have to promise anything, but he's got to be like
Say something.
All he had.
So
all
what
he
is
had-
his his name?
Canute.
Canute.
No,
Canute.
not the other the Evangelion dude.
I forget. We
What's
watch
his
so many
name?
shows.
You know his name. That's your boy.
Sinji?
Is it Shinji?
It's
I want
Shinji.
to keep saying
Yeah.
Aaron, but I know that's not it
No,
because
no.
that's
You talking
Attack
about
on
from?
Titan.
It's Sinji.
Is it Shinji?
Is it Shinji?
It's
Okay, it's Shinji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because I remember I made the video. Shinji's a bitch.
Yeah.
It's Shinji's a
that's
bitch.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
He's
That's right.
So Canute takes the bitch.
Oh,
Oh, absolutely. He's taking over that reign.
He's
no, no
absolutely-
problem. Yeah.
He's the one to beat at this point for
I
me.
feel like Brennan's trying to argue this, but he doesn't want to say anything. But if you got something to say, I want to hear you fight.
he's really
I wanna
thinking.
hear,
I can see
I want to hear
the
you
wheels
dispute
turn.
how Senji can be less. I mean, more of a bitch than this guy.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he was. Because I think if anything, he just wanted to strengthen that argument. Because he was riding for Shinji.
Yeah.
Like that was his guy.
That's true. He
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I was
Y'all
the
had-
one
y'all
saying
had the
that.
battles. Y'all
Yeah,
had
I
battles
was the
with
one that was saying he a biggity bitch.
Yeah.
But I agree. Canute is way more of a bitch.
Way more.
He made Shinji look like fucking Thorfinn. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
He
did.
So they're riding through town and they're making their way and Ragnar eventually is talking with Askeladd and he's just like, dude, like what is the plan? Where are we going? And he kind of shows him. He's like, we're basically going to try to cut through enemy territory. And as they're making this plan, like the snow starts to fall, and he's just like, we're going to be caught in these Welsh mountains in the middle of winter. Like this is basically a death sentence.
Right.
Yeah.
What are we going to do for supplies? And he's just like, you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see.
I got something for your ass.
So, and that's basically where that episode wraps up because
Yeah.
he's just saying like we can't even make it our way through these mountains with our loot. Like we can't even take this stuff. We're gonna have to leave it behind. And it's to just try to get bare bones survival mode at this point. So, next episode picks up, and this one starts off with we see there's like a little girl with red hair that we've never really seen before,
Yeah,
and she's
yeah.
kind of like dancing around in the snow. She's got this ring on, and you can kind of tell they do a close up on her hand. She's got like, it looks like she's doing work.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Putting in work.
Yeah.
Like she's definitely got like a farmer's hands. Her callus, her nails are all broken, but she's kind of doing this monologue talking about like God and punishment and sin and all that.
I like this episode.
You know,
It was slow
her
and boring,
brothers or
but I
whatever,
liked
whoever they were ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, those were some
She was some
ugly,
ugly
I was
motherfuckers,
about to
man.
say their teeth missing. They look like ogres. Like
Yeah.
those were some ugly ass
They
kids.
making them, and they made it worse with making ugly faces. I was
when
just
they
like,
was crying and shit.
oh, these are some
Oh, them some ugly
ugly
ass
kids.
Those
I know
were
people.
some ugly
Kids aren't ugly. Kids are ugly, man.
They
definitely
I
can
didn't
be.
feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're ugly.
So she's so when she gets called inside by her mom, she takes off the ring and like stuffs it inside, and she's basically
Stuff in
hiding
the
this ring.
tree. Yeah.
So we don't really know exactly what's going on at this point. But from there, we cut to actually before this, I think, don't we see the king is kind of talking with Floki, and he's just like,
Where the
kind of
fuck
giving
my
him an
son at?
update.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, well, he's like, the war's going well. We're heading into wintertime. We think things are going well. He's just like, yeah, where's my kid? And he says, well, last we heard, because he's just like, how's London? What's up with London? He's like, well.
And is the king sick?
He's just an old man, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
He ugly too, man.
yeah,
he's
he
definitely. We haven't even seen his whole
and
face.
shit. Yeah.
What we
Yeah.
saw of his face.
That shit is ugly. Yo, half of your face ugly as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of royalty in that day too, and even still, it's like a lot of inbreeding.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trying to keep
Yeah.
that royal blood pure or whatever.
That's disgusting.
Ah.
There's some ugly people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, back then, like,
Even the pictures, like even your paintings of you are ugly.
Yeah.
They couldn't even. You can tell me the top painters of that time couldn't even make you pretty. You don't have
Nah.
a chance.
I mean, you think about like these period pieces. Like nowadays, they have these people that like they look like us, or you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
modern day people. It's like, nah, people back then looked ugly and smelled like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they smell
Oh,
like
yes.
shit.
Smelled like
awful.
actual shit.
The actual shit.
Yeah.
They probably shit themselves.
Oh, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have toilet paper like on the
Yeah.
shelf. Like,
And they just.
How
How did
how
women
do
do?
you, yeah, how are you
Periods. How did they have
not only
periods?
that, how are you smashing at
That's
that? Like
crazy.
it's
like how do you do that?
And even
must have been
sitting in a
awful.
bath, that's not like you sitting in your shit.
because they take a bath probably once a week back then or something like that. Maybe.
I mean, they were saying the Vikings only bathed on Saturdays.
That's
Remember?
yeah, they had that
Back in
one
the
spot
day.
that they did on
and
Saturday.
the Vikings were like athlete type guys, so
Yeah.
they were musty. They
Yeah.
weren't like
And
they
like I
weren't
said,
they
they
weren't
were-
like middle school musty.
Yeah.
They were college.
They grown
musty.
man musty.
Yeah.
And all that beer drinking and food and poultry they was eating.
pissing
Oh.
out,
And
pissing
they-
out
yeah.
suds.
They're
on, bro.
they're running,
beet
they're
sweats.
fighting. They have their blood, other men's blood, their homies' blood, like cow blood, like all these animals' blood. Like they got all this shit just on them.
How?
Ugh.
I've hooped for like 9 games and then got some head.
Mm.
These guys fight a full war.
Yeah,
Come back.
and I've done that too, and I felt bad. Like I was like, "Fuck, man, I shouldn't be doing her like
Exactly. But I was like, hey, she ain't gonna stop. But these guys are going through a full on war.
this." Yeah,
Marching for days. Weeks.
Ugh.
And then be like, hey, babe,
drop it in. They had to be STDs had to be rampant.
Oh yeah, it must
Oh,
have,
yeah.
Had to be.
must have been.
plagues.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that's anyway. Yeah, STDs are wild. So Floki and the king are
Sexual
talking about
transmitted
it,
dynasties.
and he's just like dynasties. So he's just like, oh yeah, what's going on with London? Like, where's Canute? And he's just like, well, Thorkel went out with his dudes, and we haven't really heard from your kid since then. We don't really know where Canute is.
Yeah.
And so he kind of cuts away from that, and
He says something like "find him" or "that's my son" or something.
yeah,
like
he's
that.
basically just like, yeah, I need to find my child or something. So anyway, we see that scene with that girl, and cut away to Floki or to Askeladd and his guys. And they're making their way through the snow. It's getting colder and colder. Their shit's starting to run out.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're getting close, they spot this village kind of off in the distance, and Askeladd's just like, all right, Ragnar, just sit back. We're going to get this done. Or no, actually, the one other thing that happened before that, there was like this talk with the priest, right?
Yeah.
So the priest was talking with those two brother characters and kind of trying to describe what love is to them. Because they're trying to be like, we have got brotherly love or whatever. Is that it? And he's like, nah, that's not what I'm looking for. Like, because they were talking like, the ultimate prize to this priest is love. That's what he's looking for. Whatever the king has to
His
offer.
drunk ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out what that is. I think he's talking about like unconditional love, like peace or whatever.
I think he got his heart broke.
Something like that, right? So because he's even saying like, oh, I don't even love wine or anything like that. I'm drinking this because I have to. Like, all right, dude.
Sure, but that's what all alcoholics say.
Yeah, right. So
I can drop this anytime.
anytime. That guy can't drop it anytime. When they ran out last time, they ran out of booze, he fucking lost his mind.
Like,
Ugh. So maybe he's just drinking to pacify himself. He's just like, I'm so drunk I can't even do anything anyway. So.
Whoever writes this, they fucking hate Christianity. Like, they hate Christianity.
Well,
they
I don't know
have
if
to.
they hate it. I think this is just the times back then with like religion.
Yeah.
I guess kind of like becoming what it is, or Christianity becoming what it is and taking over.
But I feel like they were in a little hard in the paint. Like, it's comical to me, but it just lets you think, and I don't want to get super philosophical, but it's like they really just kind of made it a religion. Like, they just really, and that's how all religions work, but they're just like, hey, we got a dude named Jesus, and he did these cool things. And kind of like what we were talking about last week was like, oh, yeah, they did. Jesus did that too. Oh, yeah, your guy did that. Yeah, Jesus did that too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jesus did that too. So it's just like, and now it's so, like, Christianity is huge now.
Yeah.
And it's
it
like,
just survived, you know?
and people, like black communities, everybody, like, they love Jesus. Like, don't nobody love Jesus like black people love. Like, people love Jesus. And it's a big thing. And it's just like, watching this was just like, somebody legit made this.
Yeah.
And now they would have, I don't think that, not that priest was a real person, but when they implemented Christianity, there's no way they saw this. There's no way they saw these fucking mega churches with people just pouring money, their last cent, into tithes and offerings, where thinking that shit's gonna come back. Like, that's insane.
It is crazy, man.
And that really kind of puts stuff back in perspective for me, because it's like, damn, bro.
Yeah,
like,
the winners write the history books. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is facts.
That's
facts.
So, but one of the things is these guys are having this sort of philosophical conversation. He's trying to basically explain Christianity to them. They talk about like, well, this kind of reminds us of this one dude we fought like 10 years ago. Shit, I don't even remember his name, but he came on board and he whooped everybody's ass with his bare hands.
Yep.
And they're describing Thor's, and the preacher has like this. He has like this religious moment. Like, you have to tell me more about it.
It's hard on. Like, god damn.
And he's just like, oh yeah, he said something crazy, just like a true warrior doesn't even need a sword. He's like, whoa.
That like it's like somebody spit a hard ass bar in a rap battle. It was like, oh shit.
And they're just like, damn, like I guess weird people attract weird people.
Yeah.
But so we cut away from that to, Askeladd telling him like, all right, we found this village. We're about to get into it.
Those brothers look like members of Nickelback.
Yeah, they do. That shit.
Earl.
They look like they about to drop.
You know what's funny? I low key
do.
like Nickelback, some of their songs.
Oh,
when people
Keenan! Keenan!
Oh no!
All right, I'm back. All right, I'm back.
I had to bring them back, baby.
No.
I had to bring them back in here.
That is not okay.
Yo!
Hold on a second.
Yo! You did not.
Keenan.
Hey.
What?
Keenan. Which songs?
I don't know the names of the song, but I remember being a kid and just being like,
I don't claim him anymore.
I was like, this song sounds kind of cool. And then I remember going to school, and I was like, I think I was singing one of the songs, and people was like, you fuck. And this is like middle school to high school. And they're like,
I was completely zoned out.
They were
like I was over here watching anime. All I heard, I just like glanced
God.
over, and as soon as I glanced over at Keenan, he's like, yeah, I kind of like some Nickelback songs. I'm just like, that is like,
Oh my god!
I'm so hurt right now for you.
Damn, ain't nothing wrong. Like, I don't fuck.
I gotta
just them. I like other music from like rock music and
So
stuff
you saying
like
you
that
don't
from
like
them.
not one Nickelback song?
Are you about to
I'm
play
not
some
really into
Nickelback?
Nickelback.
I'm about
music?
to see.
They did just recently dunk on Trump, which was pretty funny, but I'm not really a fan of their
No,
music.
not fucking
Hey,
with Nickelback. What?
Wait, let's just have. I want to add one more opinion. Cameron, how do you feel about Nickelback? He doesn't care.
doesn't
Okay,
care.
he's indifferent. All right, that's fine.
That is neutral. That's the
Oh
most
my
Cameron
God.
answer.
I know who do I
Go
listen
ahead. Go ahead.
The only song he's heard is the one in the credits of Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
That was Hero Can Save Us. I like that song. They say that a hero can save us. That shit was hard. That wasn't hard. That wasn't hard. Y'all serious?
I mean, I don't know.
That shit was fucking trash. Get that bullshit out of here.
All I want to know is what happens next in the episode.
Oh my god, that shit.
Y'all didn't like that song for real?
Where are we? Where are we right now?
I
I've been
listened
zoning
to it
out.
a little bit when like that movie came
my
out
God.
for sure, but it's just I didn't.
You want to leave me fucking hanging,
No,
Rob.
but-
I know you was listening to that shit, your fucking little brand new iPod at the time. This is kind of cool right here. What you listening to, Rob?
That was only you,
Led
Keenan.
Zeppelin.
Rob was not listening to no fucking Nickelback,
Nah,
bro.
man, I don't have. I've got some.
He has some
stuff.
respect for himself.
I definitely has. Never mind. I'm not even gonna get.
Thank
into
you,
that.
Ice. He has respect for himself and the people
Don't
within
ever
earshot.
play
of
Rob
him.
out like that.
Rob, I'm sorry for what Keenan just
Don't.
said to you.
Hey,
Man,
I'm
hey,
sorry too.
Fuck all
Nobody
that.
listen to that
Put
bullshit.
in the comment section if you like if a hero could save us by Nickelback. That shit was dope.
Hey, I think that's our episode title. If a hero could save us
If
by
a hero could
Nickelback.
save us.
Oh my god. No, I listen. I like My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco,
They're dope too.
and that's who I fucked with.
I fuck with Rage Against the Machine.
Rage. I mean, oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
for sure.
I like Red Hot Chili Peppers back in the
I
day.
love
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili
Maroon
Peppers.
5, Maroon 5 when they
Maroon
came
5
out.
was
I
dope.
was-
I don't
their
think
first
that's-
album, I
yeah.
was with it. Their first
That's a-
album,
I fuck with Maroon.
Sunday morning rain is
I never really
coming.
cared
Five
for
was dope. I like
Maroon
Maroon
5. No.
She will
I had some embarrassing
be
shit in my
loved.
musical past for sure, but like
But Nickelback though?
Nickelback,
Nickelback, I
no,
didn't
bro.
really-
Y'all don't like a hero can save us.
No,
Y'all
no,
gotta
no,
shit
no,
me,
no.
bro. Y'all gotta
No.
be shit me, dog.
Quit opening your phone like you about to convince us with something. You're not gonna
man.
We
do
know
it.
it. It's like
We
it's
know
not
what
like a song
Nickelback
we
is.
don't know. Like we know the song, and it's not like you gonna play it and we gonna
We're
be
gonna
like,
be like, oh,
this
this
is
is
great.
God,
Oh,
I haven't
that
heard
is-
this song in forever. He's
like-
right.
And
'cause
what
there's like
was
two-
that?
there's like
2000,
Keenan, just-
2005.
Are you just baiting us right now?
No,
No.
I'm dead serious. I
Nobody,
really like that.
nobody
Tony
was
Baker,
calling the radio station.
But wait,
like,
Tony
hey,
Baker. Does Tony Baker?
I'm not gonna play it. No, I
Does
was
Tony-
play
playing.
does Tony
that
Baker? Does Tony
Hero Can
Baker?
Save Us.
But does
No, I
Tony
can't-
Baker
I
like
can't
Nickelback too?
No. We're talking about the Spider-Man movie, and I was like, I wanted to do some videos about these hero songs because it's like another hero song called
I bet you was better.
There goes my hero.
hero. Yeah, that's Foo Fighters.
That shit's hard too, but I like both of those
Oh my
songs.
god.
I mean, I like that other song.
Like I
That's-
said,
that's Foo
nobody
Fighters.
at
I like
that
the
time,
Fuck
and
y'all,
nobody
man.
now is like, hey, play that Nickelback or Hero Can
Bro,
Save. Like,
Yeah. When have you
nobody-
ever heard somebody seriously
It
just like,
doesn't
yo,
make sense that Nickelback sold whatever records they sold, and the song was as big as it was, and nobody likes it.
No,
Yeah,
people
like them.
Most
yeah, people like
Same
Trump
way
too.
like same way people like Vanilla Ice
All right,
when
we
he
can
came
get back-
out.
People like
we can get-
Vanilla
we can get
Ice,
back to
people
it in a
like
second.
Trump.
We can get back to it in a second.
People like Black
Why
Licorice.
do people hate Nickelback? What's the issue?
Because
I
they
don't know
don't.
what the issue
Because
is.
their music is trash.
I think it's mostly because they're just like
And like
they're just kind of like lowest common denominator. Like
they're not a representation of what they're a representation of.
yeah, I think they're just because
Wow.
they just seem like they're cashing in.
Like it's just like
I
when
don't-
you
They
The
just
seem
first
phony.
song where I remember they had a song and I was listening to it and it was just like something about like I'm driving on my car, driving
Yeah,
black on
yeah.
black, and I was just
Yeah.
like, what the
But-
fuck are they doing? Like they just like did a Mad Libs on these
Yeah.
fucking like lyrics. It
And
sucks.
that's, I mean, it's kind of like how we feel about Iggy Azalea. Like
No, but Iggy Azalea is
Ooh.
not black.
but it's not. But it's
If
not.
Iggy Azalea was
No,
black
it's not
doing
even
that,
a black thing. It's a. It was you doing rap not well, but people think this is rap.
But white people hate Nickelback.
But I mean, too. I
Yeah,
think
but-
Like a lot.
yeah.
okay, I guess you can say how people felt about MC Hammer. Like,
MC Hammer got mad love.
but people wasn't fucking like people rip hip hop purists, Ice-T and all of them. They was like, yo, MC Hammer, get
He
that
ain't.
shit the fuck out of here. Like, this is not rap. Like. A lot of people didn't fuck with MC Hammer just because he up here with the plants dancing and shit. They like,
MC
yo,
Hammer got a lot of love.
he got a lot of
He got a
love,
lot
but
of
then
love.
people from the community, like the rap
But you
community,
don't
was
even.
like,
But you weren't even alive during that time.
He wasn't. I don't know what he's talking about.
You went
I don't
around when
understand how
MC
you would
Hammer
even-
was hot. How are you
Yeah.
speaking about what happened with MC Hammer?
you can still quote that. You can still
No,
look
but what
at
I'm
stuff.
saying is, at the time that we were alive, MC Hammer was like humongous, like 9 times platinum humongous. Like,
just like Nickelback was too. They sell records, but
They
people
definitely
like
sold some records.
yeah. But the thing too is
and
like,
black people fuck with them. MC Hammer got called out for street cred.
but people didn't.
it wasn't like
but
they didn't
there
fuck
was
with
like
them.
this
This was for
wasn't a
street cred.
representation of hip hop. Like that's the thing it is. That's all I'm saying is like what Nickelback is trying to represent in like grunge and hard. Like people that really was doing it, they like yo, this is not it.
You know what
But
I would
they're
really
they're
like?
successful though.
I would really like to not talk about Nickelback anymore. I would really like that.
All right, keep going.
So-
'Cause I'm saying, I've
anyway.
been zoned out. I don't know what's been happening. So what's going on? I'm back.
You
Oh,
was
your
that
favorite
zoned
part.
out.
So
Oh, I was literally watching an anime.
no, you almost pulled back in here twice, so you was listening somewhat.
Yeah, because
All right.
you said that's how you caught his spoiler.
I wasn't real
All
talk. I
right.
wasn't
All right,
listening to you.
whatever.
All right, get out of
yeah.
here.
Whatever.
Right over here
Anyway.
bullshitting.
He
So
wasn't even listening to
so
that
Asklad's just
I
like,
miss
all
y'all
right,
too.
you're about to find out how we're gonna get some supplies because they're looking down and they see some fires burning off in the distance.
Oh, this is the
So and then we basically cut into this dinner scene and it's his family sitting around a table. This is where we see all these
Man.
ugly ass kids like making faces at each other. And
I love how Rob talks now. Like I fucking love it. He's still himself, but he like integrates stuff like how Keenan and I talk, and it's just amazing.
it's kind of like like picking up an accent. Like you're around it long enough, like it gets worked into my vocabulary. You know.
Like you can see, like in our chat, he just says like just some of the shit that we say, and Keenan and I fucking love it. Like
It makes me laugh. I'm just like, that's funny. That's good. So yeah, there's this dinner going on. They're talking about God and like sin and punishment and just like, no, you have to live
What
a
else
righteous
could
life.
they be talking about? I mean,
Yeah.
that's what killed me about this episode. I'm like, that's what the conversation they're gonna be having before this happens. is?
Yeah.
Just like, we're all gonna go to paradise and all that, and the little girl's like freaking out because she knows she stole that ring,
She stole the
basically.
ring,
Yeah, but
And,
and that's what that was always my whole thing about religion. It's just like that putting that fear into you like
Yeah.
that, which is so crazy. About like she was freaking the fuck out.
She
so
was.
bad. Like this is like what like.
Yeah.
And she's sitting over there by like a tree or something like that.
Yeah, because she runs out because she gets so scared hearing about like the devil and hell, thinking that that's where she's gonna go, and
Yeah.
she has this other moment to herself where she's just like, should I get rid of this ring? Like, would God forgive me if I went back and paid for it? Like, what should I do? Because my family's all gonna go to heaven and go to paradise,
by
and I'm gonna get
myself.
left behind. And so,
How they drew the devil was dope.
yeah, that was cool.
That shit was pretty tight.
So, but as she's watching this, she's like sees in the distance like a bunch of grown dudes in armor walking into her house, and things go south very quickly for this family. Bjorn's just like, yo, give me all your food or I will fucking kill you.
Yeah. He's like,
And
how do you say
no
that
games.
in
English?
In English.
English, yeah. He's like, how do you say that?
And like the mom starts standing up to him, he like backhands
he
her.
back.
like,
Yo.
and the
Yeah.
kids start crying.
He
like it was
smacked
bad.
the fuck out of her.
I
Yeah.
mean, when you ugly, I think you can fight. I don't know why these kids didn't fight.
Yeah.
Do something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Use that
He-
face of yours, bro.
I
Yeah.
mean, you get your somebody slap my mom like that. I gotta die.
I'm taking the L.
I
I'll
gotta
take the L.
die.
Yeah.
I don't care if
There's
I'm
some
a kid,
older
I gotta
kids.
die.
Like there was like definitely like an adolescent teen boy. Like you think
Yeah.
you'd do something, but even the dad's just like, please, just like take our food, leave me alone.
Yeah,
The
fuck
priest
that.
is out in the middle of the village, like screaming, like everybody get
He-
out of here.
I was like, you're wild. I thought they was gonna kill him for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because before they even came, he's like, "Yeah, they're about to take your shit." They
Yeah.
fucking they socked the
They
fuck
kicked
out
the
of
shit
him.
out of that
They
priest.
beat his ass.
They're just like, shut the fuck up, basically. And so they round up the whole village. The girl's the only one that doesn't get rounded up, and they're sitting there
don't see
talking
her.
about it. And the dude, the dad is like begging for his life, for his family's life. He's just like, please, just like take the food, leave us with something so we can survive. And he's just like, dude, you're not gonna have to worry about going through the winter.
And he
One
was
of
like,
his dudes
"Oh
came
yeah."
up.
He was like, "Yeah, so good." He was like, "No, not this winter or any winter."
Bro, I
For
knew. I feel like I don't know why he couldn't read that. He was
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
know.
Thank goodness.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
thank-
he had no choice but optimism at that point.
I guess
mean,
so. What are you gonna
guess.
do?
He's literally staring death in his face, and he's just like, I just have to find hope somewhere.
He was like, "Did you finish the?" What fucked me up? He was like, "Did you finish the whole?"
He's like, yeah, we could only get like 62 in there,
people
but
in there. I was like, "Yo,
Ugh.
these men are savages,
Yeah.
dog,
They
savages."
didn't,
Vikings
they,
ain't
didn't,
shit.
they didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
so.
Nah.
This is the girls watching, and they're all kind of. Askeladd's just like, all right, do it. And she's
Yeah.
watching as they just put the whole village down,
They
just like
did
one
the
by
whole
one. They
thing.
just go in.
Shoot, shoot.
Crazy, bro.
And she runs off. and-
Firing
I was
squad.
not okay with this.
no, sucked. Sucked.
It
She
was
goes-
brutal.
I
And the
was
fact
not
that she
okay
had
with
to
this.
watch it. You said you weren't. Why? Why weren't you okay with it?
I mean, because the thing is, they justified afterwards for the reason they had to do it, but
Well, because he just says we can't let any of them go because they'll tell the English, which this girl runs off, and she's just like, she has this moment with God, and she kind of sees this, I think, as her punishment. She's just like, she says, I'm ecstatic right now, and I think it's because, like,
Elated, yeah.
she knows her family's about to go off into paradise, and she's like, God, are they with you now? Like,
Yeah, she
you
feel like
know.
they're all
But
going
she
to heaven,
also
she's going to hell,
curses
yeah.
her cursing them at the same time. Like, you're supposed
Yeah.
to be God. Like, what are you? This is bullshit. Like,
I mean,
what you-
this part just killed me because I knew that this is something that actually has happened
Of
many
course.
times.
Oh,
of
absolutely.
course.
And it's just
Yeah.
how sad is it? But the other side of it, I was just like, how can you even be a town that's like, I have a town that, what I'm saying, like, that you have zero defenses.
Yeah, like no guards.
There's
or
nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Like at a
Not that
time
they
when
would've
people
stood
go
a
around.
chance.
I mean, they might have. Like the thing is, if you plan well enough, you don't really need to have a bunch of like soldiers to do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just like you make it so they funnel into one spot, and then it's just like, oh, this is the bad spot.
Yeah.
And you pull the ropes or some shit,
You
and they
have
fall
the
into a pit of death or
advantage.
something.
You have the advantage of your hometown. You have home field advantage. You
Huge
have hiding
advantage.
places, everything like that. So yeah, I would teach. I would have definitely had that. I'm with you.
Some booby
But
traps.
it was just
Yeah.
sad because it's just like they were obviously good people. You know, they're in there discussing philosophy of religion, you know, and like in life and death.
Just trying to be good people. Yeah, no.
And
it's
then
not-
literally demons descend upon them in human form to steal their food and kill them.
Children too.
all of them.
Everyone.
Everybody. And like maybe they had something, and that's like had the priest been able to alert them, like maybe they could have got something started up, but I mean they got the jump on every single one of them.
Yeah.
And so the girl is basically, I thought the animation at the end of this episode was actually really beautiful, even that like shot with the shadows of the trees kind of like moving up with the sunrise.
Yeah.
But yeah, she collapses in the snow, and I mean that's the end of the episode, and we find out very early on in the next episode. This next one starts off. Is this where Thorkel and is with his guys, and they're kind of talking about the
Yeah, they're
state
in
of the
bar.
war?
Yeah.
They're at the bar.
It's almost over in this bitch.
Yeah. And
I need
Thorkel's-
another barrel.
Yeah, they're eating, they're drinking, they're getting married because it's about Christmas time,
Yeah.
and they're just like shit. Like Thorkel's pissed because winter's coming. He's like, we're about to put this war on pause. Like, what the fuck?
He's so upset.
And his buddy's just like, dude, this war's not going on pause. It's about to be a full on stop. Like all these like English like lords and stuff
They're
are about
coming
to
around.
they're about to give up the throne to the Danish because they're just sick of fighting this war. We're getting smoked.
Yeah.
And Thorkel's like, that's the worst news he could have possibly gotten.
Yeah.
That's devastating.
Yeah.
But lucky
Thorkel's
for
ready to
him.
scrap.
Can I say this, man? Every
Go for
time he's been on screen, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this dude, man. He's my favorite character, and him and Thorfinn are like neck and neck as my favorite.
What about
characters.
Thor's?
He wasn't in it enough.
Yeah, I think he's better to me than Thor's because he's so happy to
But
fight.
just for the record, Thor's will give all of them the hand.
I'm
Oh,
not,
yeah.
I'm not saying that, but
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm saying is that his love for just being like, we can't fight no more.
Yeah.
Like, oh come on, man! Like
It's like
wants-
he's a
he
big
wants
kid.
it.
Like,
yeah,
he's just a big kid, but he's intelligent. That's
And
what I love about it the most.
Exactly.
Like, he's
Who was it?
intelligent and he's like very prepared when it comes to war.
He's very authentic. Like you know what's gonna happen. with
Chuck
Thorkel.
the Elevator, actually, one of our listeners hit me up. He was just like, yo, Thorkel's the Goku of this show. I was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of.
Yes, yeah. Yep.
That's
That was
funny.
I was gonna shout.
right?
I was gonna
He got-
shout him out too. Chuck the Chuck underscore the underscore.
Yeah, he said he
elevator.
said it. I don't know if he sent it to all of us or not, but he sent that. Yeah, I was like, that's
That's pretty funny.
very accurate.
Absolutely right. Yeah, because he's putting food away too at this
Yeah.
point, which is
Yeah.
definitely a Goku thing. I mean, he's a
Yeah.
huge dude. But he gets some great news right at the heel of this bad news. Is they burst in. They're just like, shit. There's a bunch of Danish people like hiding out right now in this village. This girl just showed up.
Really?
And he's just like, oh shit! Like technically the war's not called off yet. We can rally our guys right now and go
Yeah.
Get him.
Go
He's
figure
like
this out.
Danish, you say?
Mm.
I didn't know who that is.
Pretty much.
Mm.
And I think there is a quick scene with the king too. Like he's kind of just like he's got his girl in bed with
He
him.
got him in the bed with him, rubbing his moldy ass back.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Get him some drink.
Popping just moles and pimples,
Yeah.
pus coming
Well,
out.
They just asked him like he's like, oh yeah, we think he is in
They
Wales
found
now.
a bit of some
Yeah.
new information that like they heard about the fight in the woods
Yeah.
with Thorkel, and they're
In
just
the
like he's
fire
not.
and stuff.
Yeah. So they're like, we still don't know exactly where he is, but he's still alive somewhere.
But and then they say too, didn't Thorkill say like he knows who it is, so he's like, yo, there's a kid with some knives.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's like, there's a kid with some knives, another guy,
and I
or the
thought he-
prince. Make sure you keep them alive because
Yeah.
I gotta fight this kid with the knives.
Well, that's when they
and-
show up to the village, but he did
Okay,
hear
yeah.
about like the kid because he doesn't know who Askeladd
Yeah,
is.
I thought he knew
Right.
Askeladd. He
No,
didn't.
he
have
didn't know
no-
who
yeah,
he
he
was.
was like,
too,
oh,
yeah.
he was like, oh, his name's Askeladd. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Like, he's the
Pretty
one.
much.
Who
I was
runs
confused
it.
by that part. Yeah, go ahead.
So so back in the village, the prince and Ragnar and the priest they're praying at the mass grave of where all these people have been buried, and Thorfinn's just kind of sitting behind him like, you pray for the wrong people, you should be praying for yourselves basically. But there's this moment where the priest is just kind of doubting God and tells him just like, you know, he kind of has this moment, and Canute is just like, no, like
He goes in again.
yeah, he's just like, no, like you can't doubt God, like
That's not
you
how
can't-
this works.
Yeah, he's just like, he's our father and he loves us. Like every father loves their child. It's just like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Uh,
And it hits Thorfinn. Thorfinn kind of is like, I miss my daddy.
Yeah.
He does,
he
yeah.
just has a moment where it's like,
he's
fuck.
looking at his dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
And,
I mean, stuff like that. I think that's the only. Honestly, I think Thorfinn fucks with Canute. Like, I think on the low, like he fucks with Canute just because he kind of keeps him grounded and reminds him of Thor's. Not the like reminds him like in a literal sense, not like he sees him and it reminds him of Thor's, but like some of the stuff he says and how connected Canute is with his father. I think he respects that much of him.
I think he respects that relationship that Canute might have with his father, but I don't think he respects.
No. I think that's Lens.
I think he just thinks that he's interesting.
That's
what I
yeah,
think.
because they're literally polar fucking opposites.
Yeah.
Like one is super cautious, the other is absolutely reckless, and they kind of are starting to drag each other.
Yeah,
Like,
I think they really
they're
like both of them
starting
fuck with
towards
each
the
other because even you said like they said it, he didn't talk that whole time.
And just for the record, though, I will say, if you look at like the way that people like royalty is trained back in the day, it seems like almost every story of any kind of royal child, they always have some form of fighting lessons that they learn. They always get the best teachers, the best people. So for me, obviously Canute's he ain't been shit this whole entire show, but I still wouldn't actually be surprised if he showed up with hands. Like when it's like when he gets his back against the wall, he finds out that his dad, he finds out some other stuff. And
Look at you.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, I know.
So, is that you being proud of me right now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, but like he gets his back against the wall, and it's like it's either a live or die situation. He pulls out his sword for the first time. The only reason he hasn't done it thus far is because of how heavily religious he is. Something's gonna snap, and he might turn into a beast.
But he even said that he was in the trenches. Not in the trenches, but he'd been in places where a lot of death was happening, and that's why he's so quiet, because that's what kept him alive.
I'll be honest with you. I think if anything ever shit hits the fan for him, he's gonna do the windmill. He's gonna, it's the windmill's coming out, man.
I could see that.
Yep.
So at this point, I think at this point, like basically Askeladd and his crew, they're kind of getting some sleds ready, and the ears guy comes up to me, he's just like, "Yo, there's some people coming. Like I can hear them out in the woods. I don't. He's like, I think there's about like 100 of them, something like that. But somebody found out we're here.
Yeah.
Somebody got out, and they're like, what the fuck? We didn't let anybody go. What happened? And Askeladd just tells his dude like, we got 3 sleds. Like finish up what we started, and we're rolling out like ASAP. We got no time. We it's time we got to go. But he takes a bunch of his men. They're about to head off into the woods, and he also tells is it Bjorn, or he tells one of his dudes? He's just like, hey, now's the time for the plan.
Yeah.
We cut from there. Thorfinn meets up with the prince and Ragnar again, and he finds out that the prince has got this hobby. He's a cook. Dude likes to
he's
cook.
walking with that rabbit.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Ragnar's like,
Ragnar
bring
spots
that
him.
rabbit in here. I can make some soup out of that.
Yeah.
And he's like, get out of my face. He's like, no, come on. Just come on, taste it. I got some lettuce.
He's like, you need some veggies. You need the food pyramid, my friend. You can't eat just meat.
And
Not
he was
gonna
like,
be
you
good
need
for
to roast it. You need to have no oven. I got an oven in here. And then Thorfinn's like, you're right.
Yeah. And so he goes in there, and it turns out Canute's in there cooking. And he's just like, you have to keep this a secret.
Chef Boy Canute.
Yeah.
Because this is what he loves to do.
Yeah.
But the one time he tried to show it to his dad like slapped that shit. He's like, get that out of my face.
Damn sissy.
Yeah, you're doing servant work basically. Is what he
Commodore.
tells
Which
him.
is so funny that like his brother is fucking with the shits. Not that we've seen it,
yeah.
but from legend,
Well, from
like
what we've
Harold
heard
is
from
no
everybody.
joke.
No.
And he's just out here on his Martha Stewart, just like whipping shit up.
Looking
I'm
soft.
good. Yeah, looking like a Pantene commercial. It's like, god damn, dude.
I mean,
like,
he does have that head and shoulders look, but
He definitely does.
cooking is very underrated too.
I mean,
people don't
it's a
understand.
good skill to have.
Back then too, like to cook good.
Yeah.
No, that's some
Yeah,
real.
they
That's,
even
that's
have
real
seasoning.
value.
Yeah, very real value.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I saw
they,
Thorfinn. Thorfinn was just like, yeah, I don't even. Oh,
shit.
Then he
What
went in on
is
What
that.
is
Yeah.
this? Yeah, he was like, god damn.
Thorfinn, like, you put your foot in this, did you? Where's your mom? I'm gonna slap her. Like, he was really about it.
But yeah, because he hasn't eaten that good since
all of Brendan's blackness came out when he said that. It took him back to a time. I don't know where you went when you just did that, but you.
I didn't say anything, but I felt it. I was just like,
Wait, what did I do?
Respect. I know you just tapped into your inner Flint man.
You went back to Flint.
You went back to Flint right there. You did. You tasted some yams.
Wow. All right, we out here, I guess.
So yeah, Thorfinn eats that shit up, and Ragnar and what the hell is his name? Canute. They're just like, oh yeah, maybe you'll change. Maybe you can cook your dad up a chicken or some birds or something like.
Once the war is over.
Yeah, like what the hell makes you think that man is gonna change? And
Come on,
like
bro.
all of a sudden,
Hey man,
like,
poultry changes all of our hearts.
yeah, I guess so.
The way the old man's heart is to his stomach.
But while
Which are a woman.
while they're having that discussion, Thorfinn's just like, oh shit, somebody's coming. Like
Yeah.
puts his knife up to the door.
That shit was quick. He was in the middle of eating. He was in the middle of eating. Next thing you know, he had his dagger at the dude's neck.
He
Yeah, that was
dropped that
impressive.
shit quick.
That's what I love about this kid, man. He is right. He's in war mode at all times. He could be taking
the
a
guy-
shit, sleep.
He's like, don't let
everything.
you think
No,
this good
it-
ass
it-
soup gonna fool you.
My
Like,
favorite
I'm still
part
with
is the guy whose neck he put it on was just like, yo, hey, whoa, man,
Yeah.
come Thorfinn.
You know who I am.
Thorfinn.
Bruh.
And he
Bro.
fucking like left it there, like, and
like, okay, state your presence. Bro.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
what do you want? Like, are you betraying me right now? Because I'll kill you.
yeah,
Thorfinn,
pretty
stop
much.
it. Like,
So he's just like, basically, he gives him the news we're being attacked. You know, there's this battle already going on in the woods. Like they're kind of cleaning up shit. And Ragnar's just like, yo, what do you mean? Like, how are we just hearing about this now? Take me to Askeladd. I got to talk to this dude.
They finessed him into it because they was all like, "We're about to leave." He was like, "No, we're not going to leave."
Oh,
And
yeah,
he
that's
was
right.
Like, no, I mean, you want to go talk to Askeladd? You can go talk to him. And he was like, and they was like dissing him, like kind of baiting him a little bit.
Yeah, because
And
he's just
then-
like, I want to talk to Askeladd. Where's he at? He's like, oh, he's at the front.
He's like, go talk to him. He's not gonna come to you because he's like, bring Askeladd here. He's like, no, you go to him.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys have no manners. You guys on some bullshit. I'm gonna go talk to him. I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. And he just start, he
Yeah.
goes and finds Askeladd.
Well,
Well,
they're leading him through
well,
the
he
woods.
does. He finds him.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
they're leading him through the woods, and he's just like, because they got to tell him where he is, and he gets to a certain point. He's just like, wait a second, like all the fighting sounds like it's coming from over there. You're leading me somewhere else. They're like, well, took you long enough to figure it out.
Yeah, and he was like, oh,
Wait a-
goddamn.
Yeah, just like this, huh? And all of a sudden, just like a spear just comes out right through his chest. There's a dude hiding in the snow.
So warm.
And the thing
so
too, like the dude
warm.
just been sitting there with a spear in the snow, chilling, waiting for his moment. He had to wait for when they went and got him. For
Not
when
really.
they came back.
He could have chilled and they could have buried him real quick.
That was he was.
Well,
he
there were
was
a bunch
chilling.
of dudes out in the snow too.
They were,
like,
they were.
they were rolling pretty deep.
They were deep.
They didn't take it. They weren't taking any chances with him.
No.
Apparently, he's a fighter. So
He
that's
went
why-
to shit. You could tell by his face, like
Yeah.
he did. He got it. He earned his stripes,
Yeah, he's got
which
up.
is, I guess, why it was like. That's why initially they put Canute with him, and then it didn't pan out like they thought because he found Christianity, and then in such he taught Canute Christianity as well instead
Yeah.
of the fighting. He thought he was gonna put him in the warrior.
But I ain't gonna lie, because I felt like he was about that business. But I would have loved to see him get a little bit of action in before he died,
Yeah.
just to see that he know he about it, and then he
when that dude attacked him in the smoke, he was ready. Like the dude came out of the smoke when Thorkel set the woods on fire.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
also
he
made a
attacked
horrible.
him, and he was
He
just
also
like,
made a horrible decision in the smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He can't, but he did. That dude tried to attack him. He's like, "Hey, yo!" He pulled his sword out. Like, get that bullshit out of here. Like,
Yeah.
so you can tell he has war sense, but at the same time,
I think he's like a good dude, but
Yeah.
just not. He's just weak, really, and he
yeah.
kind of made Canute weak, which was Askeladd's problem. Because a few episodes ago, he's just like he kind of mentions to I think the Welsh dude. He's just like, if I'm gonna make this shit work, like I'm gonna have to separate Canute from this guy. Like it's just
Yeah.
not. It's not gonna. He's not gonna become the man he needs to be with this guy around. He coddles him too much,
yeah,
and he's right. I mean, basically, after he gets stabbed, Ragnar immediately is just like, all right, you got me. You got me.
yeah.
Just let me talk to Askeladd. I got to tell him some shit he's going to need to hear. And so they lead him to Askeladd. They bring him over, and he's just like, listen, I get it. You're going to take over for me now. Like, you better swear to me, number one, that you're going to protect Canute,
Yeah.
protect the prince. And he's just like, I'll do it. Sure, I'll do it. He's like, but what you don't know is that even the king is coming for Canute right now.
Damn.
Like, basically back home, there's these two factions that are supporting the two princes. Some of them are going after, what's the guy's name, his brother?
Harold.
Harold. Some of
yeah.
them are supporting Harold. Some of them are supporting Canute.
For no
And-
particular reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like sometimes this is just the way it goes. Some
Yeah.
people think, maybe some people think a warrior king is going to be better for them. Maybe some people think a religious king is going to be better for them. It's just like difference of opinion. Still have it to this day.
Right.
And he's just like, but the king kind of decided it's going to be Harold.
Yeah.
And so, but he can't kill his son outright. So what's he going to do? He's going to send him off to the
That's
front.
what it-
He dies in battle. And then, kind of that problem goes away.
Yeah.
And not only that, maybe his son will, I don't know, sort of redeem himself. Either he dies or he comes out a hardened warrior and
Right.
becomes out the guy he needs to be anyway.
That's crazy. I mean,
Um,
that's smart. If you don't want to just kill your son off.
Yeah, I guess.
You
Yeah.
just- yeah.
The king is conniving. Which made me think like earlier when Canute's just like, no, every father loves their kid. I'm just like,
If you only knew, kid.
Yeah, if you
You
only
only knew.
and so after he gives him that message and Askeladd's just like, why didn't you tell me this earlier?
should've
And he's
been
just
telling
like, you never asked.
But it's funny too because I started dying laughing because I'm watching. I'm like, bro, if he gets back up and says something, I'ma fucking die.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he's like, "No, can I see Canute one last time?"
He did do that.
He did.
I lost it because I'm like, yo, this is jokes. Like, why did they do that? Like, can I see him one last time? And that's why I was like, no.
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 Sorry. He's basically like, all he's going to know is that the English killed you.
Yeah.
Basically, this is all a ruse. So, and that's exactly what happens. The last episode that we watched starts off with, Thorfinn and Canute standing over the body. He's just like, he fought bravely,
Yeah.
but in the end, the English got him. Damn, it's a shame.
Thorfinn knew it was bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Thorfinn was just sitting there like,
Sure, buddy.
yeah,
Sure.
right.
I know how you work. You
Yeah.
operate, Escalade. You're a murderer.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a bastard.
But he's like the harshest mentor, to everybody, to Thorfinn, to Canute, even to Bjorn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, I've been with this guy. I learned a lot from him. But he always keeps everybody at arm's distance, and it gives you the lessons in the hardest way possible.
oh,
Yeah.
you wasn't there when we talked about it.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
okay.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
But that goes back to what we were saying a few episodes ago. This dude's basically the Hound.
Yeah.
He's just like,
I get that.
he's basically just a bastard that's telling people like, no, the world sucks. And you better fucking toughen up or it's going to eat you alive.
Yeah.
And so so they're just like, all right, well, we're rolling out tonight. But the ears is already telling them like, there's hundreds of dudes coming.
Yeah.
Like there's a big army coming. But they have this one guy that they captured from the other, guys that they had been fighting the episode before. And they're asking him some questions like, how many people you got coming?
They beat the shit out
Who's
of him.
leading him? They kick. Not only do they kick the shit out of
tortured
him,
They torture him.
Yeah.
but like Askeladd walks over just because there's some guys going like, no, you're not kicking him right. You got to kick him like this, and then
So he can scream.
yeah, and Askeladd's just like, no, you're not doing this right at all. You don't got to kick him. He's like, bring me some shears, and then he's asking him some questions, and he's just like, oh, looks like some of your fingernails are long. Just starts chopping his fingertips off one by one, and just like, oh man, this is.
Yeah.
Every time I see stuff like that, I always go like, I gotta just grab
Can you
my
imagine
fingers.
being in that guy's situation though? Because the thing is, they're going to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
The only
I'm
reason they're
saying
not killing you
shit.
is because you have information that they want.
Yeah. I'm not saying shit.
So in that moment, exactly. So in that moment, it's like if you say something, they're going to kill you afterwards.
Would you rather just die a quick death, or would you rather die by getting everything that's chopped off?
Well, if you know what he knew, that they were right behind him, that you might actually survive if you can just last.
Yeah,
Because he knew there was a huge army, right? Thorkel's army was right behind him.
they're coming quick.
They were there waiting for Thorkel's army. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, we know they're literally half a day behind us. It's been about a half a day. You're torturing me. Like, y'all
Any
motherfuckers
minute
about to
now.
die
Y'all
anyway.
wasting time too. And
Yeah.
he's laughing and shit.
Y'all should be
That
leaving.
torture was crazy. I remember like that kind of reminded me of like in GTA 5 when you had that torture sequence. That
Oof.
shit and everybody like lost their minds or how brutal that shit was. Like that's kind of what it was. Like they tortured the fuck out that dude. And then he was like, your nose is, now that I'm looking at your face, your nose is fucked up too. Let me go ahead and take that off. Let me give you a little Michael Jackson action with this shit.
Jeez.
I was
Yeah.
like, God
And
damn.
I'm sorry. This is when the ear shows up, and he's just like, "There's people coming. Like,
Yeah,
I
he's
can
like,
hear
yeah.
it."
I will say something. Whoever put the ears in there is a fucking genius. Like from a writing perspective, that's a smart thing to do because he kind of carries the story. Like
He really does.
Without the ears, this kind of falls flat because how else do they get this information?
Yeah.
So that was super duper smart for them to write that.
Yeah. And so they're like, all right, well, it's time to roll out like right this fucking second. Because Thorkel is hot on their tail and about to take them out. So they roll out of town and they get basically to, some of the guys actually are already defecting. Some of them are just like, no, we're not going, Askeladd. We're going to see if Thorkel will take us in.
And then one thing that we didn't talk about too is when they're cutting down the bridge. Is that
That's where they
that's
get to
coming up.
next.
Spoiling,
So
spoiling ice.
Dang, ice.
No, because he's talking about them not liking
no,
him.
'cause, yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's
they don't-
basically
they
ends
don't
up
fuck with
what
him.
happens
Yeah,
next.
Yeah, it's right here.
So
Yeah.
they
We're
leave town.
not
Some of the
spoiling.
dudes stay behind. And we see them. Thorkel meets up with those dudes the next day, and he's chopping them up just like, why the fuck would I take in a bunch of dudes into my army that gave up
Right.
without even a fight
Yo,
and
he's
just betrayed
he's
their
chopping
last
these
dude?
guys in half, like just like
He's
that,
just straight
heads off.
fat, yeah.
Monster, bro.
Didn't the bridge stuff happen before?
no,
No,
it
the
didn't
bridge
happen
stuff
yet.
happens like right after that because they know that's happening, and so
Because he's saying like, if you don't want to be with me, march. No, I guess I'm getting confused.
No,
yeah, because Askeladd gets to the bridge,
Mhm.
and they get across the bridge. He turns to his men. He's just like, we got to take this bridge down. He tells those two brothers,
And the
Yeah.
Nickelback.
the Nickelback brothers, go under
Nickelback
the
brothers.
bridge.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Chad Kroger or whatever tells his brother, he's just like, yo, like, I think Askeladd's luck is run out.
He fucked up twice.
Yeah, he's like his luck is done. If we stick with this dude, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
It's time we give up. Maybe Thorkel will take us in too. Like nobody is about this, because the one brother's just like, no, we can't turn on Askeladd.
He's our guy.
He's our guy. But then we start to see as they're like cutting away, he's telling them all this. He's just like, nah, man, like you don't even know. Like I'm not the only one saying this. Like everybody around the camp is talking about it.
And you just see these looks, and then you see Askeladd say something like, "I can tell by," I said, one of my skills is looking a man in his face and knowing if they're like, I guess like loyal or whatever the case may be. And he's like, I know my.
He was like, I can tell if he's strong, if he's weak, if he's loyal, or he's a traitor.
Yeah. So he sees that, and he started to see his man start to be like.
Here's why he's probably fucking with Thorfinn, because he knew that Thorfinn,
Thorfinn's loyal because he wants to kill him. So he's just like, at the end of the day, he ain't gonna let none of y'all kill me anyways. So he's on my side until it's time for me to battle him one-on-one.
Pretty much. So they do end up bringing the bridge down, and people are just like, why the fuck did we waste our time with this? Like it's a shallow river. Like they're just gonna walk across. He's like, yeah, but they can't bring like their supplies. They're only gonna be able to track us for a day. If we can survive another day, we're home free. You guys just gotta stick with me for one more day.
Which I would have trusted.
I was like, we went this long. Like, I'll give you a day.
Right? Because he's let through
like, I did decades with you. I can't give you a day after some decades.
No. They was whack for that.
That was
super whack.
That's why I'm saying
That wasn't
Vikings and pirates ain't shit.
Yeah, they're
trash.
some shitty people.
Ain't
In more
shit.
ways than one, they shitty.
Oh my god. Yeah. So as they're basically throwing down with Askeladd, they're just like, dude, this is it. They're surrounding him. He's like, dude, your number's up. We're gonna turn you in, and maybe Thorkel will take us. And they're just like, oh shit, there's something coming over the hill. They start to see some like sparkle on the horizon.
Dope ass scene.
And then Thorkel comes down with his guys. He's marching down the hill, and he picks up his one spear,
Javelin,
winds it up, gives it a toss, and spears
Yeah.
like five dudes.
It's like 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah, 4 dudes. Harugan.
God.
They had to be standing in a direct line, which means
That
that
shit went like.
he had to be able to see, not only had to see these guys, he had to find and pick out the perfect throw of 4 guys standing directly in a line and throw the thing that kills all of them.
That shit went like down, and then it just stuck in there. It's like, damn, he got 3 dudes. It's like,
Nah, that's
oh
like
shit,
4,
he got
bro.
4. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Dog, that Thor kill's so dope,
That
bro.
was the second best spear throw I've ever seen. The first one was
Bjorn?
no, actually, it was
the dude in the wall?
Achilles and Troy on horseback. You remember that? He was like 400 yards away, and then it's just like Hector standing there, and he throws the spear, and then the guy next to him, the spear goes right through the middle of his head, and then Hector Hector doesn't say anything in that moment, runs into the temple, the sun temple, whatever, and gets ready for the fight, and all that kind of stuff happens. And then like the next day when he survives, he's like talking to his wife, and he's just like sitting up in his bed, like staring off to the distance. She's like, "What's wrong, honey?" She's like, "I've never seen anyone throw a spear like that."
Yeah,
So what he's talking about, he's like, he was on horseback and threw it over 400 yards and landed perfectly in someone's head. Like, I've never seen anyone do anything like that. The man was no bigger than me.
Well, both of those guys that got hit by those spears were thinking the same thing. They're just like, there's no way that's about to hit me.
Famous last thoughts.
That's so funny. Hey, man.
Hey, no way.
Oh, shit.
Man, stay behind me, Brennan. This shit ain't gonna make it over
Oh,
here.
you think he gonna be?
Get some more. Hey, bro, come on, y'all
Yo,
two,
stand
come
over here.
with this bullshit.
This guy thinks he's gonna. Oh.
That was a great shot.
Good throw, bro. Good
That dude
throw.
is fucking Broly, dog. Like,
Yeah,
I know you call him Goku, but like,
Yeah,
he's
dude.
fucking
oh my
Broly.
God.
Like, that dude is just a fucking machine.
Yeah, because what the Nickelback twins don't know is just like Thorkel just murdered all the other dudes that tried to just join him.
If you really think about it, if there was resurrection in the show, 1,000% Thor's is Goku. Like, because how many times has Goku died, and he was also pretty much OP'd in every match.
Yeah.
I think you are right that Thorkel is Broly because Broly doesn't take L's.
Yeah.
The only reason Broly ever loses is because everybody has to get together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
like,
fusion,
yeah.
all this other kind of stuff. And so like he doesn't really take any L's, and he's just bigger and stronger than everybody else
Just a
naturally.
fucking monster.
And he's
of a
cool,
man.
and he's kind of cool with everybody.
And he learns.
Yeah.
And he's like his
Super
war.
quick
Like,
learning
he
him.
learns
Yeah.
how to fight. He learns war.
I
He
go with the
learns
Thorkel Broly versus Thorkel Goku. Just
and
'cause
Thor's is Goku.
I think Thor Finn is Gohan easily.
Yeah.
Don't do him like that.
Teen Gohan.
Okay.
there we go.
Teen
I'll take
Gohan.
that.
There you go.
We don't know what he ends up being. All I'm saying is Teen Gohan, because Teen Gohan is the youngest to ever achieve Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah.
Teen Gohan's the youngest person to ever take on a main villain.
Teen
You know what I'm
Gohan
saying?
is a fucking man.
Yeah.
Also, even Teen Gohan, the young adult Gohan, didn't train for 7 years, showed up and was Mystic Gohan against Boo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's Thorfinn.
Yeah.
Even in Super, I was just watching that scene where Gohan and Goku are training. Like
I just watched that the other day
yeah,
too.
just
That
like Gohan took Goku to Super Saiyan Blue
with
Kaioken before
Kaioken.
he finally
Yeah, he got lit up
took
when he
the
did that,
He
though.
did.
Yeah, he-
I mean, he did get lit up there, but I mean, he pushed him to that level. He was just like,
I
"Dad,
don't know if he
fucking
actually
take it
put, the
easy
thing.
on
The
me."
only thing I'll say is I don't know if he actually pushed him there. And the reason I say that is like he verbally pushed him there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he physically pushed him there
Yeah.
because they don't really show it clearly because they're going toe to toe when Goku's. Like,
What
was
is
it Super
Gohan
Saiyan
in
2?
when they're fighting? Because I haven't seen it.
You have.
It's Dragon Ball Super is like Gohan
He doesn't
and
even
Goku.
go Super Saiyan. He's just because his
doesn't.
dad tells him like,
Gohan is just regular. And
Yeah,
he
he's
pushes
just-
him all the
'cause
way
Go-
to blue.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
That's bullshit.
Goku's just like,
Well,
oh
it's
yeah,
like
go
Mr.
Super
Gohan
Saiyan. He's like,
powers.
no, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mystic Gohan
Oh,
is
got it,
fighting.
got it, got it, got it.
Yeah, it's like Mystic Gohan fought against Boo toe to toe.
I
Yeah.
got it now.
Yeah.
Okay. I
But-
thought you just said regular OG.
What you guys are
Gohan.
missing on that is, I know we're gonna get back to it real quick. Just read the manga, bro.
Yeah.
Gohan has his. It's not even the same. The tournament of power type the same for him.
Mm.
He does some other shit in there. He fights other people in there that are like strong as fuck
Oh,
and
geez.
holds his own in there.
Yeah, I'll check
It's a
that
whole.
out.
I think he even has a whole different uniform in there too. Like he's wearing like the purple.
You saying the
the
tournament of
Piccolo-
power
Oh,
that we
Piccolo
saw
one?
in the manga, the tournament of power.
is much longer. There's much more to it.
He doesn't fight the same people he's fighting in there. Like he has different and bigger.
Yeah,
and
because
better
he was
moments.
whack in the show. Like
You
in
just
the
took out
manga,
like
he's not-
Dispo, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but with Frieza's help.
Yeah,
Mm.
nah, he's not. He's fighting like stronger characters in there,
Okay.
and he's hanging in there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, anyway, that's kind of where this wraps up. It's a big cliffhanger. Like Thorkel just nailed 5 dudes to the fucking wall, and
He just made a
Askeladd's
fucking
surrounded.
Shish kebab.
But here's the thing: Askeladd's surrounded. He's got his main crew. He's got Bjorn. He's got Ears. He's got Thorfinn, and it's them against everybody basically. And I'll be honest, I kind of like his chances.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm like, if I'm gonna pick 4 dudes, those are the 4 I'm picking.
yeah,
I
that's
mean-
that's gang.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've seen episode 17.
I see the majority of it, so I knew.
Man,
Yeah.
all I'll say is, I'm just gonna go. My rating for these 4 episodes is about. It's the lowest I'm gonna give for any of them thus far. These 4 episodes, my rating is about 6,300. Just because it really did hurt me to see the people get hurt that way, and I thought it moved the slowest out of anything it's done. Thorfinn wasn't really front and center the way I like him to be, and I don't feel like very much happened in comparison to how much has been happening for the rest of the show. I just feel like it slowed down.
Yeah.
Overall, my rating for the entire show that we've watched, because we're doing that today as well, I'm gonna give this a solid 7,200 power level out of 9,000.
Cool.
I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see the rest. I wish that I could include episode 17 in this rating. If I could, it'd be higher. That's all I'll say.
All right.
I'm gonna give it this round these last round of episodes about 6,500. I'm with you. I'm the same way. I was falling asleep on some of these episodes. I was telling Rob earlier. I was like, I was having some trouble staying up until until Thorkill came on the scene, and I was like, all right, cool, we back on.
Yeah.
Gotta love Thorkel.
Yeah.
I love the show. I give it a 7,900, 8,000, like teetering back and forth. Well, I mean, because I've seen most of episode 17, so I might give it more towards the 8,000, 7,900, 8,000.
Yeah.
No, you can't count that. I didn't.
Okay, that's fine. 7,900. And
Pick one damn number.
I like the show a lot. I think I did a good job again. I'm 2-0 in this bit.
After talking to other people about it.
No, I mean I didn't get what they said. They just said, "Oh, watch the show. I think you should watch that next." That's it. Like, that's a risk. They didn't tell me what's happening. That's a huge risk. So
After you
yeah.
seen clips of it, cool.
Saw the trailer.
Yeah. What you got?
The trailer
guys?
is the trailer.
These couple episodes, 6,000. That's where I'm at with it. I still feel like I just can't put my finger on it. I think they're, as great as Thorkill is, I think they're kind of writing themselves into a hole, because it might get to the point, if he's not on screen, then this shit can fall off. Because Askeladd is losing. Not only is he losing his men, but he's kind of losing me. And then also, too, is like they put Thorfinn on the back burner a little bit these past couple episodes, and it just let me know, like, if those two aren't in the frames, Thorkill or Thorfinn, this shit might not be
But
that great.
the show is about Thorfinn, so
Yeah.
he'll be in it,
He'll be in it,
Yeah.
but
No, I mean, there's also one other thing you have to consider is we have what's his name, Loki or whatever.
Floki.
Yeah.
Floki. Yeah, Floki. When he comes back in, I think he's gonna have a really heavy role to play, as well as Thorfinn's family is what's gonna come up next. And like I said, Canute, I'm not betting. I wouldn't bet on it, but I'm saying that I think my man has hands, and they're gonna come out. There's a possibility like he does. Because they're setting him up to be like, I can't think of a bigger like weak or soft person in anime in all aspects. Because like even when we were watching Demon Slayer, whatever his name is, Electric Dude, Zenitsu boss when it's time to fight. Otherwise, he's super weak. Arguably as weak as Canute.
Not weak.
No, he's not weak. He's just scared.
He's always
That's
a
my
bitch.
point. But I'm just, what is the difference? Mentally weak, whatever, weak. You know what I'm saying? He's soft until the moment he goes unconscious and then destroys people. So all I'm saying is that I think he might be that archetype of character where it's just like until he has to do it.
I don't see it.
I could be wrong. That's why I said I wouldn't put money on it, but I wouldn't also put money against it. You know what I'm saying?
I would definitely put money against. I just don't see it. But then overall for the show, I would say 6,500 because I think it's just I really want to pinpoint it, but it's just an element to me that's just not.
What was his ratings this whole time?
Who?
It was like in the 7,000s.
So everything was the 7,000s, like 75, 73, but then 65. That huge of a drop off?
Yeah, like 60, because I just gave it 6,000. That's
Cameron,
almost
you
1,000
got
points.
you got those ratings, Andy?
No.
All right, we can come back to it.
His first one was 7,000.
Yeah.
Second one is 7,500. Oh, you didn't take. He wasn't here for the third one. Tony was here. That's right.
Oh shit!
I think it was like 7,200,
Yeah,
if I had to
somewhere
guess.
around
I don't remember.
And then his overall was what?
60, and I just gave
65.
this one 6,000.
And so what was your overall?
65, right?
65.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
He can do what he
that works
wants.
out.
Around
It's
there.
fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, Rob. What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this stretch of episodes. I'm gonna say 6,500. I think that's what you said, Keenan. For a lot of the same reasons you guys said. I think you guys kind of said it all. It's just like we're getting to a point where. Yeah, what interested me in the show was Thorfinn, and we're moving away from that. I don't really give a shit about the Danes or their royalty or any of that. Like that was the thing that we said was kind of confusing us the most.
And it was like,
Yeah.
remember we talked about it earlier? Like it kind of reminds me of Attack on Titan when it
Oh,
lost
yeah.
me. When they're just like, oh, there's royalty blood and all this other kind of shit.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
that's
I
season
don't
2.
care.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
see Titans.
I want to see
Yeah.
Aaron fuck up a bunch of Titans.
Yeah.
That's what the show is. What I bought into the show for.
Or Levi, yeah.
Right. And so for similar reasons, I thought this was definitely, like I said, 6,500. It's a weaker stretch of episodes. I did like that second episode with the family. It was super sad, but I thought the
It was
animation was
necessary.
great.
Yeah.
I thought the storytelling was really good.
Mhm.
If something makes you feel like something that strongly, that's just good TV.
Yeah.
So I liked it, but it's definitely starting to fall off and get into stuff that I'm like, I don't
That's
really
why I
care.
wanted 6,500 because I'm like, I don't like
Yeah.
the back end with me and encompassed a couple episodes before it is just like it's not hitting as hard.
It's
overall.
not. Yeah, it does feel like it's kind of drifting away from what got me interested in it in the
Yeah.
first
Mhm.
stretch of like 8 or 10 episodes.
I just feel like somebody was just like oh shit, let's just throw Thorker back in here because
Yeah.
we losing them. Like,
Mm.
but I feel like that might turn into a crutch, especially if something happens to Thorker. I don't know what would happen.
They
to
can
the
always
show.
bring in other characters, but
Yeah.
What was your
Yeah.
What was your rating?
6,500 for this stretch. I'd say overall, I'd probably give it like a 6,800.
600.
Okay.
You know what's funny? At the beginning of the show, I said he liked these episodes.
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did,
I
you
did.
did.
I didn't say I didn't like these, and I said, but it's still I can
6,000?
have an opinion about it just because I'm in comparison to the
6,000?
rest of the rest
You
of
can
the
argue
other
that's a high rating for Ice. For
We
anything
gave it
he did.
overall
Yeah,
65.
If it's not
right?
if it's not Naruto and he rates it over 2,000, I think it's a win.
I've rated like maybe one show 2,000. So that doesn't even make sense.
3,000.
All right.
Hmm.
Drop your stuff. Go ahead, Ice.
Ice.McGowan and Instagram. That's it. That's all I'm really on now.
Me? All right. RV Danger on Instagram. Same. I'm really that's really all I'm doing. I'm liking shit on
Gotta get
Twitter,
my
but that's
Twitter
about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm at Mr. Producer Face on the gram. It's at Brennan Edwards Official on Facebook. Yeah, get at me.
I'm at Keenan Baker on everything. Instagram, all social media. Let us know what y'all rating is, man, of the show. These last 4 episodes and of the show overall, man. And let us know what you think about Nickelback. There's
Oh my
those
God.
heroes.
All right, play the
That
outro,
is it.
Cameron.
That
Play the
is it.
outro.
Know the need.
That is it. Nobody listen to that bullshit.
You can play it, please. Just play it over top of him.
Just go. And so there was Nickelback. That's some bullshit.
Oh my God.
And so anime was solved forever.